Ladies and gentlemen, it is once again breakout time. But this time, the Rise Protocol has been initiated, and some of the most fierce, hungry, and well-known contenders in the small creator scene assemble for our biggest event yet, Breakout '03 Rise Up. And today we have a digital face-to-face with what I consider one of the contenders for fight of the night, simply because of just who both of these men are. On my left, we have Grimvus, uh, who you've previously seen on Breakout '02. And then we have Wonder, who you have seen on Sword 7. So, boys, how are we doing today?
Great.
Doing all right.
Alright, good to hear. Alright, now, I'm going to start off with Grimvis, real quick. What was your journey like to Breakout Boxing? How did you get here?
Uh, you know, on Twitter one day and just just honestly just scrolling and a lot of people were talking about, misfits and stuff like that and I think I caught wind of uh an event that had happened. I think it was the first one. It happened like a couple of days before my birthday and watched it, liked what I saw, followed it, and then like one of those tweets came out where they were looking for fighters, so I was just spamming everybody's inbox. I'm pretty sure I probably spammed yours too.
You
And
did.
I did, man. Yeah, I probably did. Yeah, I just wanted to fight, and you know, uh, someone reached out back to me. I forgot who exactly it was, but they gave me the opportunity. Um, and yeah, first name they gave me, I just agreed, and the rest is history.
Alright, well, first of all, Wonder,
Yeah,
welcome to Breakout. It's great
you'd
to
be
have
great.
you here. Now I'm going to ask you, what's your journey like to Breakout? How'd you get here?
Well, honestly, I'm not too sure exactly when I got into the spaces community. I know I was introduced through Most Wanted, who's making his debut on Misfits now, and George. And for a while, there was kind of a back and forth between George and I, where he was kind of asking me if I wanted to get on any of the cards that were coming up between Breakout and so on and so forth. But never really happened until one day in a random space, Sean Vopfi just asked me if I want to get on Sword 7, so I just kind of jumped on it. Why not? Had time.
Alright, good to hear, good to hear. Alright, now I'm gonna, you know, go back to you, Wonder, real quick. You've had a fight before against Zay Castro, and that fight went in your favor.
Hmm.
Um, Now, obviously, we all know you as a skilled fighter, but I just gotta ask, how is your training camp going so far? Is there anything that you're focusing in particular this time than you were last time? Just how's your training camp going?
The training camp got off to a slow start because I was on vacation around the time where I got the offer and confirmed it. But at least one of the main things I'm focusing on is definitely lowering the volume a little bit, being a bit more measured. In my recent fight, I feel like I kind of had my way and I just got to kind of throw everything at the kitchen sink at him. So I threw way too high of a volume for the average round and definitely kind of weighed in the later rounds. But so yeah, so I'm working on getting a bit more measured, cardio getting a little bit up, and yeah.
All right. Now Grimfist. Obviously, I'm gonna ask you the same question, but there's a bit of an opposite side to it. Unfortunately, your last fight didn't go your way. Obviously, with Yaze on Breakout 002. Um, with that in mind, what are you doing differently in this training camp compared to the last one? Is there anything you're focusing on in particular, or is it more of the same plus some change?
It's a lot different actually, because for that fight I wasn't in the gym or anything. Unfortunately, I didn't have those facilities available to me at that time. But we found a gym that makes sense, that's right for me, that has all the things that I need to become a more complete fighter, and that's honestly what we've been focusing on. Technique, just improving the things we're good at, and even more focused on the things we're not so good at the moment. And just honestly, the biggest thing is just staying consistent in the gym. Getting in better shape, and just learning the game more to be able to just be a smarter and overall more complete fighter.
Alrighty. Now I'm gonna ask you this as well. So you're obviously training. You're putting as much effort as you can into training. Um, I may have asked you this question before in the last face to face we did, but is there any change in answer to what your biggest strength is? What do you believe is going to be your biggest strength coming into this fight against Wonder?
Well, everyone rates my defense, um, but I don't consider that to be my biggest strength. I think, honestly, I think it's my ability to just stay calm. You know, things happen in that fight. Obviously in the first round we got tangled up, we got thrown to the floor, but the composure stayed calm, and I know Wonder, he's gonna bring the fight, and I respect that, and I think my big strength is just whatever he throws at me, I'm gonna stay calm and do my best to stick to the game plan and just go from there.
All right. Well, same question to you, Wonder.
Hmm.
You've had your fight with Zay. Uh,
Yeah.
what do you believe is your biggest strength going into this fight? Is it your power? Is it your technical ability? What do you believe it is?
I think I think we're fairly equally technical. So I think in my case it might be precision. I think I landed over 50 out of 70 in the first round. So I thought that was something that was in my favor. And my ability to kind of have fun with it. They say fun is a byproduct of control. And I think I make sure to have fun when I'm in there.
All right. That's actually a really good answer. All right. So I'm gonna go back to you, Wonder. Obviously.
Hmm.
So what does this fight mean to you, and what would a win over Grimvus mean to you?
I think there's an element of wanting prestige. In my last fight, in all honesty, I didn't train at all. I kind of rolled out of bed and I hadn't even touched gloves for an entire year because I was very, very certain I was going to get the job done. But this time around, I'm facing someone who gives me a bit more motivation, a bit more competent fighter. So it's going to be something I take a lot more pride in. Initially, I didn't think I was going to do another bout, and that was something I said after the fact. But I mean, this card is shaping up to be something pretty incredible, and I just couldn't kind of really stay away from it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So Grimvis, what does this fight mean to you? And what would a win over Wonder do for you? Do you believe it'll propel you into other big name fights in the scene, or do you think, you know, maybe we could revisit something?
Um, Honestly, my biggest thing for this fight is just to redeem myself. Obviously, the first fight didn't go my way. I lost, and I took that one on the chin, and kept it pushing. But I hate losing. I'm competitive. Um, and Wonder's a very competent fighter. I mean, everyone saw that on Sword Seven. Everyone saw the type of fighter he was, and it's not an easy fight by any means. So to be able to dig out a win against Wonder, that would definitely boost my name, and hopefully bring me into better opportunities as far as opponents and stuff like that. And it just adds more credibility to my boxing and to my name in the scene. And um, you know, uh, I would definitely like to revisit some things in the future. And fights like these and win against some people of Wonder's caliber definitely would put me into that position.
Yeah, we could get back to what you were saying a little bit there, but we're gonna keep the questions rolling. Um, Now, you're talking about the skill and everything, but what do you really think of Wonder as a person, as an individual? Skill wise, like what overall, what do you think about him? And do you think this is about a respect, or is there some underlying stuff that we haven't heard about yet?
No, honestly, I haven't had too many interactions with Wonder. This is obviously the first conversation that we're both part of together. So I haven't really had too much of an impression on him. Everything has been like through Twitter and what I've seen of him. He carries himself well. It seems like a nice, genuine guy. You know, um, you can tell he enjoys what he does. So all respect there. There's really no underlying beef. I think it's just about between two great fighters, and it's just a fight that I think needs to happen for the community. I think we're gonna make something entertaining come February 24th, and yeah, that's honestly really what it is.
Alrighty. Same question over to you, Wonder. Um,
Hmm.
what do you think of Grimfist? Obviously, you saw him in his last fight. But we're
Yeah.
not just asking about skill. We're also asking as a person. Um, you know, this, that, and the third. So, overall, what do you think of Mr. Grimvus over here?
Well, much like him, haven't interacted too much, but I've seen his body of work, and it's something I've actually enjoyed to see. I respect it. I respect his skill. Not too many people in the scene where I actually enjoy to see what they do. So I was kind of excited to get this. As a character, I like him. I think it's a bout of respect, like you said. We haven't had any like toxic back and forth because I don't think that's necessary. Like you said, I think we're a unknown favorite for fight of the night. So I think we're going to enjoy the technical back and forth there. In my last bout, there was a slight bit of trash talk, and although Zay kind of warmed up on me after the fact, I'm not too keen on it prior. But so this time, I like that we just get to put our work in, and you know, hope that's off.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I should also probably ask this question. So Wonder, you did
Yeah.
see fights. What the hell? I can't speak today. Um, you saw Grimvus's last fight with
Yeah.
Yaze. What did you really think of it?
I think it was good. You could tell he had all the ability to kind of take the fight. He came up just a tad bit short. You could definitely see, as he said, he wasn't in camp as well. So you could tell those are minor humps that he has a high affinity to boxing. He's going to get past it. So, even no matter what the outcome of this, I truly would love to see him run that back with him because I think he could take that. But yeah, I thought it was a good bout. Just didn't end up in his favor, but I think he could narrow that gap. You know?
Okay. Um, and Grimvus, you saw Wonder's fight with Zay. Um, what did you think of that fight?
In all honesty, I was actually pretty surprised with how Wonder came out. You know, I did a little research on Wonder before, uh, his fight happened. I was pretty excited for his fight with Zay, and obviously Zay's someone that I met over there. I Breakout O2, so just kind of want to see what kind of person he was facing, and from the bag work and stuff that I saw, I knew that it wasn't just like your average run of the mill like small creator boxer. Like I know he wasn't gonna go in there and just slap around and just kind of, some fights we've seen in the scene before where you can tell people are very novice, very green. I knew there was something else there, so but that still, even then, it shocked me how he came out. Came out very aggressive, but it was like calculated aggression. Very accurate. Um, and yeah, it definitely shocked me on how he was, and overall it was just a lot better of a performance than I thought he was gonna put out.
All right, that's a really good answer. Um, so I'm gonna ask you guys a couple more questions, then we're gonna get out of here. I'll start off with
Mm-hmm.
Wonder.
Go
So
ahead.
you said that you don't really know your longevity in the scene. I
Yeah.
believe that's what you said earlier. Okay, made sure I got that right. So, do you is there do you think that there might be like maybe a slight possibility you might come back, and if so, who would it be against, or what would be next for you?
Well, I think as I'm, and hopefully after this bout, maybe if I assert myself kind of up there with the better considered scene, that I think when the victors come out of this might interest me. Naturally, why I don't know my longevity is I'm kind of gaining in weight over time, and I'm always kind of spreading myself thin. So I don't know if I'll be able to kind of make some of these obligations do. But I mean, I love everything Ant, Ivan, Jose, Royalty, and all of them do. So I mean, anything related to all of them, I love what Yaze is doing right now. So depending on how any of that goes, who knows? Maybe that might be what I think of. Uh, I don't know if I should say this, but Morpheus was on the table at one point, and that was I love what he does. Um, I still might not mind that in the future. So I mean, those are some things I kind of consider, but I definitely want to keep myself up in this caliber of people like Grim and so on and so forth.
Alrighty, that's good to hear. So Grimvis, we kind of teased it a little bit before. Um, so obviously, regardless of this fight, and if you win, what is next for you, or the more important question, who is next for you?
Uh, Definitely not looking past Wonder. This is definitely a hard fight, so I haven't really thought too much as like future names. Obviously, the rematch is always going to be in the back of my mind. That's obviously something I want to get to in the future. But as far
Hell
as
yeah!
as
Pat
far as
Typhlosion is here, everybody.
as far as right now, I really want to focus on Wonder. It was already hard getting an opponent for this fight, anyways. So I'm not too sure, especially if I beat Wonder, I'm not too sure how many people are gonna want to fight me after. There's probably not many people that want to fight Wonder too. So uh, I don't know. I guess we'll see who wins from these fights on this card, and maybe there's a fight we can make there. Um, but as far as right now, I'm really just focused on Wonder, and from there we'll just keep taking fights that make sense in order to get me back to that rematch, and hopefully it's for a belt. That's definitely one of the big goals.
All right, that's good to that's good to hear. All right, we're gonna get out of here pretty soon, but one last question for the both of you. Wonder, what is
Yep.
your prediction for this fight? How does it go down on February 24th?
In all honesty, hey, conditions with, the headgear and the glove size and, how I gassed myself out a little bit last time. I'm not going to be too hard on the power. Hopefully my precision and kind of calculated volume carries me out. I'm aiming for a decision. I actually like to kind of get my ring time in. I don't want to waste, the opportunity. I want to get all 9 minutes that I can get out of it. So, hey, we go to take it a decision. Hopefully I take it there.
All righty, and Grim, what is your prediction for this fight? How does it go down on February 24th?
I think the way that what I've been training, and obviously I'm training with my uncle who's also preparing for a fight, so he's been pushing me in the gym. Um, kind of
Uncle
drilling into my
Joey.
head. Uncle Joey, exactly. He reminded me of how I felt after that loss, and how he knows I don't want to feel that again. So we've been training like insane. There's pros in my gym that we get to train with and stuff. So, uh, it's a longer fight than last time, and honestly, if again with Wonder said the conditions are a little, not exactly the best for a stoppage, uh, but so I'm thinking a cool decision, but I think there's a possibility for a late, very late fight stoppage.
All righty. Any final remarks?
All
Thank you
right.
for taking the fight. You finally gave me an opponent, and this is a fight I can't wait to have happen.
Man, likewise to you, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rise Protocol has been initiated. This is one of your fights on Breakout 03 Rise Up. I'm quite frankly very excited for this one, and I assume a lot of you guys are too. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Breakout Boxing. Follow Breakout Boxing on other social media platforms. And this is it. This is one of your fights. See you soon.